good everyone? This is Fresh Pair back with another performance review, and this time we take the Air Jordan 30 to the hoop grind and check how it pans out. I've played in my pair for 6 straight days, or a total of about 15 hours of full court games and drills combined, and right now I feel sore, but it's all good. Before anything else, please like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and do follow me on Instagram as well. Links will be in the description box below. With that said, let's get to the review. When images of the Air Jordan 30 began to leak online, sneakerheads thought that the shoes are just a rehash of the Air Jordan 29. I've got to say I had the same impression, but after thoroughly examining my pair and playing in it for 6 days, I can say that there's more to the Air Jordan 30 than what normally meets the eye. While the general structure and overall materials in the 30 do echo those in the 29, there are several differences in materials that make this shoe a partial departure from its predecessor. Here are some of the reasons why. 1. The Air Jordan 30 has an asymmetrical top line formed by a first-of-its-kind knit collar. 2. This features a smooth toe piece created through a dotted printing technique. 3. The traction pattern is a 3D rendering of the Jordan quote, "Excellence is never second place," which is pretty cool. 4. The upper material debuts a mix of woven, knit, and printed materials, and this mix is the main thing that separates the 30 from the 29 as it affects fit and support. 5. There is a knit cradle and it keeps the heel in place. Of course, the 30 also shares several similarities with 29. Unlocked Zoom forefoot cushioning, cord-out foam at the heel, flight speed which is still basically flight plate, and overall traction setup among others. As for weight, the Air Jordan 30 is a little heavier than the Air Jordan 29, but the weight difference is insignificant. You won't notice it while playing. The 30 still feels light on feet during games. The materials seem to be durable as well at this point, although the final judgment on durability remains wide open. Overall, the materials in the 30 are great, and they are somewhat of an upgrade from the 29 when you take a more detailed comparative look at both shoes. The traction pattern is a 3D rendering of the Jordan quote, "Excellence is never second place," on the translucent rubber outsole. I've played in these on a variety of courts, from really dusty ones to a very clean hardwood court. On dusty courts, the outsole is a dust magnet. Keep wiping the outsole to maintain good grip. otherwise you'll be sliding. On moderately dusty courts, wipe the outsole every once in a while so that the treads will bite the floor, especially on hard cuts and crossovers. On clean courts, no wiping is necessary. Traction is squeaky and grippy. Unless you are playing on clean courts, the traction of the 30 all boils down to how diligent you are with wiping the outsole, and it is practically the same as the 29. Judging by the stiff rubber outsole alone, the 30 is playable on courts with rough surfaces. But be careful, the forefoot zoom might pop if you constantly step with your full body weight on those little pebbles or any type of hard debris on outdoor courts. Personally, I would not take the risk. Finally, the tendril at the outsole in both the 29 and 30 is the same, except for one minor thing. The tendril in the 29 has a fissure that shows where the edge of the tendril connects with the forefoot. This is not the case with the tendril in the 30, as it is a single continuous piece. Same as the one in the 29, the tendril in the 30 gives the shoe its fluid heel-to-toe transition. The only possible difference is that the tendril in the 30 will not easily separate from the forefoot section, which has been a concern in the 29. Overall, the traction is practically the same in both the 29 and 30. Different patterns, same grip. The same goes for heel-to-toe transition and outsole durability. The 30 features an unlocked zoom bag at the forefoot and a cord-out section of the foam at the heel, just like the 29. As a result, the forefoot responsiveness is basically the same between the 30 and 29. The bounce is really great. Impact protection at the heel during hard heel strikes is adequate in the 29, and the same is true in the 30. In short, if you have played in the 29, expect the same cushioning in the 30. Add into the mix flight speed, which is basically a TPU chassis that holds the forefoot zoom in place just like the flight plate in the 29, and you have a cushion setup built for speed and an explosive first step without getting slowed down by the forefoot zoom. Again, like the 29, the 30 has adequate court feel. It's definitely not great, but it's also not bad. It's just enough. Overall, in terms of cushioning, you get in the 30 what you have in the 29. I tried to note any significant difference in terms of cushioning, but personally there was none. Zero, nada, zilch. If there was any difference at all, it must have been too minor for me to notice during actual games. As for fit, go true to size. Wide footers must go a half size up. I don't suggest going a half size down in any case because this feels snug at the midfoot and at the ankle. I tried fitting a half size down pair and it hurt my ankles after lacing up. I didn't even lace tight and up to the last eyelet. I don't remember the 29 feeling this snug with my true size on first wear. The heel material on the 30 will break in eventually, but I don't suggest risking comfort by sizing down. Technically, the 30 implements the same lacing system as the one in the 29. The main difference is that the 29 has 6 lace straps and 2 eyelets at the top, while the 30 has 5 lace straps and 1 eyelet at the ankle collar. I think the fewer lace straps in the 30 is due to the upper material, since it does not stretch in the same way as the woven upper in the 29. There is no need for more lace straps. 5 is enough, plus 1 eyelet near the ankle collar to give you that seamless fit. Also, the throat of the Air Jordan 30 is thicker. It has a foam backing that is more plush than the throat of the Air Jordan 29. This gives additional containment at the top of your midfoot by allowing you to lace tight without pinching a nerve. As for ventilation, there's not much to be said other than it is average, although it feels like the 29 is a little bit more breathable than the 30. Overall, the fit of the 30 is better than the 29 based on my experience. But because feet sizes and shapes vary, the fit of the 30 can be a hit or a miss for others. Just go true to size if you have normal feet. The support on the 30 mainly depends on the fit. and it feels more snug than the 29, particularly at the midfoot, for 3 reasons. 1. The upper material of the 30 has lesser stretch and a smaller surface area, thus eliminating extra space. 2. The upper material at the top of the midfoot folds at a steeper angle. If the top midfoot of the 29 folds at around 45 degrees, the one in the 30 folds at about 40 degrees when fully laced. And 3. The throat is thicker in the 30, thus adding extra containment at the top midfoot. With those 3 things, midfoot containment in the 30 is tighter compared to the 29. Personally, it is a good thing as it gives more support by providing a 1-to-1 fit. I liked it and I consider it an upgrade. I remember the midfoot containment in the 29 would somehow loosen a bit after several runs on the court, and it's because of the stretch of the woven upper. The 30 no longer has that concern. Another thing, in the 29, my pinky toes would slide off of the footbed by about 1/3 to 1/2 of an inch during hard cuts and crossovers. The woven upper of the 29 just cannot lock my pinky toes in place. It slows me down and puts me off of my rhythm. Fortunately, the 30 no longer has that problem. The main reasons are the 3 things I have mentioned earlier. The plastic toe overlay also helps reduce side-to-side stretching at the toe box. It's an aesthetic addition that also has a performance function. Sometimes a small detail can go a long way. Heel containment is great, but it is a bit uncomfortable at first. The heel cup in the 30 covers the entire height of the heel, while the one in the 29 sits just halfway. Another reason is that the foam pads at the ankles are thick but not too plush. Give it some break-in time and the initial discomfort will go away, especially when lacing up to the last eyelet. Overall, the support is better in the 30 than the 29, and I think it is the main factor that separates the 30 from the 29 despite their similarities. In the end, the 29 and 30 are similar in several ways, but they are not the same. In terms of traction and cushioning, there is no significant difference. However, the materials, fit, and support are the things that set them apart, all 3 of which are better in the 30, in my opinion, of course. All performance aspects considered, I give the Air Jordan 30 a grade of A, which is equivalent to 94 to 96 out of a maximum 100 points. That's it for now, guys. Please like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and add me on Instagram so you won't miss out. Links will be in the description box below. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Everything has been a humbling experience so far. Until next time, folks, have a good one.